Welcome back, everyone. My name is Patrick. You're watching the Oilers Rundown. Well, as I posted in my video last night, we got to watch the Connor McDavid show. The Edmonton Oilers taking down the New York Islanders 4-3. Connor McDavid picking up a goal and 3 assists. He was obviously a huge factor in that victory last night. Leon Draisaitl coming through with the first goal and the last goal, the winning goal in overtime for the Edmonton Oilers. So the big guns getting it done. Connor McDavid now sitting at 999 career points, 1 point away from 1,000. I'm pretty certain he's going to get it tomorrow night when the Oilers take on the Nashville Predators, but let's wait and see. Connor McDavid has certainly been picking up his game, and last night's game against the Islanders was one of the best we've seen from him this season, if not his best game of the year. We know he battled that injury a bit to start the year, and, well, Connor McDavid really hasn't had the chance to break out, and it looks like we may be on the verge of a breakout for the Oilers superstar. So let's hope that continues tomorrow night. Another standout for the Edmonton Oilers this season has been defenseman Brett Kulak. Really haven't talked about him a lot, and he really does deserve some attention here. He's gotten time in the top four playing with Darnell Nurse. He hasn't been a fixture there. The Oilers do like him in the third pairing as well, but he's been taking on more and more responsibility. He's been having an amazing year so far, offense-wise. In 16 games played, he has 4 goals, 2 assists, 6 points, and is a -1 on the season. So Brett Kulak, definitely one of the shining stars for the Edmonton Oilers this year. And like I said, wanted to mention him here because he definitely deserves some attention. He's been excellent in his own zone. He's getting time on the penalty kill more prominently this season. He also got some time in the playoffs as well. So hopefully Brett Kulak can keep that going. Does he eventually become a solution possibly in the Oilers' top 4 and they maybe pick up a bottom pairing defenseman towards the trade deadline? We'll wait and see. I think the Oilers should still focus on a top 4 guy. Maybe let Brett Kulak slip back to that third pairing, give them like 3 strong pairings for the first time in a very long time. But as we're talking about players in positive ways, we also have to mention players that are showing up in negative ways. And unfortunately, one of those players right now is one of the newest Oilers. Jeff Skinner signed to a 1-year, $3 million deal to hopefully play on a line with either Connor McDavid or Leon Draisaitl. Last night, he found himself on a line with Corey Perry and Derek Ryan, and it looks like that's where he will be again tomorrow against Nashville. Obviously, not an ideal situation. Jeff Skinner, as Chris Knobloch mentioned today, needs to find his game. He's having some chemistry issues with his line mates. He needs to raise his level of play. I thought Jeff Skinner was one of the better Edmonton Oilers to start the season, but that seems to have drifted off a bit. I don't know, like I mentioned in last night's video, if he's kind of in Chris Knobloch's doghouse, but the Oilers do have a player coming back in January or February, and that player is, of course, Evander Kane, a left winger. The Oilers will be looking to make space. You have to wonder with how Jeff Skinner is being used to this point, if possibly Jeff Skinner is that player that eventually leaves the Edmonton Oilers for Evander Kane to come back in. I've mentioned that in other videos over the past few weeks. It's a little too early to completely say it's going to be that way one way or the other. Jeff Skinner certainly has time to turn his game around to turn into a top 6 fixture for this Edmonton Oilers team, but he's definitely at least got to be in the top 9. The Oilers did not sign Jeff Skinner to play on the 4th line, and with how Vasily Podkolzin has worked his way up the lineup and other guys gelling, coming together, Jeff Skinner definitely needs to find his game here, and I think he can do that. I think he can provide great offense for the Edmonton Oilers. I was really excited when they brought Jeff Skinner in, but Jeff Skinner is in danger of being a player the Oilers could possibly move out at the trade deadline if we don't see some improvement here. It is still only November, so like I said, a little early to raise too many red flags, but something to keep an eye on here regarding Jeff Skinner. And speaking of new Oilers, Victor Arvidsson missed practice today. Chris Knobloch announced he's 50-50 to play against the Nashville Predators tomorrow night. He called it a maintenance day for Victor Arvidsson, so obviously battling a little bit of something, but he said it's nothing too serious. Right now, the Oilers are considering going 11-7 against Nashville tomorrow, or they may do a possible call-up. If they do call up a player, I'm guessing it's going to be one of their former call-ups in Noah Philp or Drake Caggiula, but if Victor Arvidsson is only day-to-day, I could definitely see the Oilers just foregoing calling up a guy and just going 11-7 for probably just the one game it would take for Victor Arvidsson to be ready to go. If the Oilers do go 11-7, Travis Dermott will definitely be reinserted into the lineup for the Edmonton Oilers. He was playing on a pairing with Darnell Nurse in practice today. This was the Oilers' full practice lineup. Nuge, McDavid, Hyman, Podkolzin, and Draisaitl, obviously without Victor Arvidsson there, missing practice. Matthias Janmark, Adam Henry, Connor Brown, Jeff Skinner, Derek Ryan, Corey Perry, and on defense, Ekholm Bouchard, Nurse Dermott, Kulak Emberson, Troy Stetcher was skating as the 7th D-man, and Calvin Pickard was in the starting net, so it looks like Calvin Pickard will get the call tomorrow against Nashville. And like I said, with Troy Stetcher in that 7th D-man position, doesn't necessarily mean that Troy Stetcher will not be in the lineup. If the Oilers do go 11-7, then all 7 defensemen will be utilized tomorrow night. It has been quite a while since Travis Dermott was in the lineup for the Oilers, so Chris Knoblauch probably looking to get him back in the lineup one way or the other, but let's see if they do make a call-up either later today or early tomorrow before the game against Nashville. I know a lot of people on social media were upset with Stuart Skinner following last night's game. The Oilers' goaltending has been kind of up and down this season, but I don't see the Oilers making any immediate changes in goal. Possibly if they're still kind of struggling towards the trade deadline, maybe they pick up another goaltender, probably a 1B type guy as insurance, but I think come playoff time, we're probably still going to see Stuart Skinner and Calvin Pickard. I think management believes in that pairing, and unless the Oilers' goaltending really starts to go off, I don't see the Oilers making any changes. Definitely one area where both Skinner and Pickard need to improve is making stops on the penalty kill. I think Stuart Skinner has been doing that, so it'll be another good test for Calvin Pickard. It's kind of been their goaltending letting them down when they've been shorthanded, so if both Skinner and Pickard can improve in that area, I think that will make a lot of fans happy, and that may get rid of the goaltending talk altogether. But like I said, let's see what happens here going forward. So I think that's all I have for today, guys. Let me know your thoughts on last night's game. Do you think Connor hits 1,000 tomorrow night against Nashville? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.